Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are breaking down my final top 10 linebackers in the 2023 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the draft, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go. Coming in number one is Trenton Simpson out of Clemson. Trenton Simpson is everything you are looking for in a modern coverage linebacker. He's a freak athlete at 6'3", 240 pounds with elite speed. In athletic testing, he ran a 40-yard dash in 4.43 seconds, a time he had predicted earlier that day during the combine. He elected to sit out the remaining tests, leaving room for players like Jack Campbell to stand out, but his raw athleticism has never been a concern. He can thrive in the box with sideline to sideline range, and he checks off a lot of boxes in coverage. This is a major playmaker with the coverage fluidity of a safety, the speed and power of an edge rusher, and the strength and instincts of an orthodox linebacker. Let's go on to my number two, and that is Drew Sanders out of Arkansas. Drew Sanders has plus size at 6'5", 232 pounds with very good speed. This is a prospect who checks off a lot of boxes when it comes to physical measurements. Sanders switched from on-ball linebacker with the Crimson Tide to off-ball in Fayetteville and really took off as a legit prospect. Schematically, Sanders projects best as an edge in a 3-4 system where he is standing up. He could potentially be a 4-3 edge, although he got zero hand in the dirt reps in college, so it is difficult to project him there. His bull rush, rapid first step, versatility, power in his hands and range give him the ceiling of a high-impact defender at the next level. Let's go to my number three, and that is Jack Campbell out of Iowa. At 6'5", 246 pounds, Jack Campbell is a force in the middle with some of the best recognition skills in the class. This is a prospect who senses what is about to happen and trusts his vision to take him to the football, which allows him to play at full speed. Jack Campbell wasn't one of the stars of the combine with a 4.65 40, but he crushed the 3-cone drill with a time of 6.74. No other linebacker broke 7 seconds. In fact, only one corner and one receiver performed better than Jack Campbell in the drill. That tells you that this is a guy that can stop, redirect, and start faster than almost everyone else in this class. It also tells me this guy can absolutely play over the middle. Let's go on to my number four, and that is Deion Henley out of Washington State. The wideout turn linebacker showed off his lateral twitch and ball skills to hound the route and squeeze the catch point all throughout the Senior Bowl. Deion Henley is an excellent example of where the linebacker position is going in the modern NFL. He thrives when asked to play in space and coverage. Some players just have a nose for the football, and Henley certainly checks that box. This is a guy who's not a household name even in an underwhelming linebacker group. Additionally, Henley's age might scare teams away as he is already 23 years old. Of course, it only takes one team to fall in love with a player. His blend of speed, athleticism, playmaking ability, and effort make him an intriguing option on the second level of any defense. Let's move on to my number five, and that is Nick Herbig out of Wisconsin. Nick Herbig is a big-time pass rusher who will likely move off-ball in the NFL due to his size at 6'2" and 228 pounds. Despite his smallish size, he's a strong run defender who shows a lot of agility and physicality at the position. He's quick off the snap with excellent body flexibility and closing speed to soften the corner as a pass rusher. Nick Herbig most likely projects as a designated pass rusher at the NFL level. The big question regarding Herbig is whether the NFL will have a clue of what to do with him. He has the quickness and aggressive play style to be disruptive off the edge and be a major weapon in blitzing situations. More traditional football minds will likely see him as a tweener. A team running a standard 4-3 defense might have little use for Nick Herbig, and he could fizzle out down a depth chart. However, he has the potential to be an every or at least most down player in the hands of a defensive coordinator that's willing to look past his size. Let's move on to number six, and that is DeMarvion Overshown out of Texas. Here's a freak athlete that hasn't lived up to his immense potential, but is one of the major upside picks in the 2023 draft. At 6'3", 230 pounds with 32-inch arms and 4.56 speed, Overshown is an explosive, sideline-to-sideline athlete who impresses physically. Overshown was insanely productive in 2022. He ranked in the top 5 in the Big 12 last season in terms of his run defense grade and in run stop percentage among linebackers. He also led the Big 12 in positive play percentage in run defense among linebackers, while also grading out in the top half among Big 12 linebackers in pass coverage last season. This is a guy who's gotten better every single year and one to watch out for. Let's get to my number 7 linebacker, and that is Noah Sewell out of Oregon. Sewell has an intriguing blend of strength, movement skills, and football IQ. He was a former 5-star recruit who has excellent lateral range and plays with a physical brand of play style that allows him to thrive in run support. His trigger, overall athleticism, stack and shed ability, and instincts are elite. However, the rest of Sewell's game is rather average and leads me to believe he could potentially struggle transitioning to the league. His tackling needs refinement. He has no problem arriving with strength, but needs to be more consistent wrapping up. Pass coverage is by far the biggest hole in Noah Sewell's game and the main reason he's a little lower on this list. Let's get to my number 8, and that is Owen Pappoe out of Oregon. Here's a guy who plays with immense intelligence and with a really solid ability to read the opposing offensive line to block the run. Owen Pappoe possesses freaky athleticism and is a hard hitter with natural instincts. At the combine, he ran the fastest 40-yard dash time among linebackers. His laser-timed 4.39 second 40-yard dash was elite. In fact, the only linebacker in combine history to top Owen Pappoe was Shaq Griffin, who ran a 4.38 in 2018. This is a guy who remains something of a projection to the NFL. Between high school and college, he's also had a general lack of consistency when it comes to coaching. Wherever he ends up, Owen Pappoe will be relaying information from his 7th coach in 8 years, which might make him one of the most prepared prospects for the upcoming transition to the NFL. Let's get to my number 9, and that is Dorian Williams out of Tulane. This is not a polished linebacker, but more so a well-rounded defender and a very good athlete. Williams is a reliable tackler, rarely missing tackles at 8.3%. At 6'2" and 230 pounds, Williams ran an impressive 4.49 in the 40-yard dash at the 2023 Combine. That is the 4th fastest among linebackers. Besides the 40, he also excelled in other drills. Williams ran a 1.54 second in his 10-yard split, which was 2nd best among linebackers. In fact, that number was better than 7 cornerbacks. On tape, Dorian Williams plays his best football covering tight ends and running backs, but is also capable of rushing the quarterback at times. This is a guy who can be almost patient to a fault and will need to add more muscle to his frame, making the transition from the AAC to the NFL. However, there's a lot to like about his game. Let's move on to my number 10, and that is Henry To'oTo'o out of Alabama. What he lacks in size, To'oTo'o makes up for with his quick processing and lower body twitch. This is a raw athlete that would benefit from getting better at shedding blocks, as bigger players tend to give him difficulty. While he's a bit undersized at 230 pounds and his tackling can be inconsistent, his playing coverage has improved a lot in 2022, and this is a prospect with loads of potential moving forward. In summary, To'oTo'o combines excellent recognition skills with enough speed to attack pass and run plays outside the hashes. So those are my top 10 linebackers in the 2023 NFL Draft. Do you agree or disagree with my rankings? Let me know down in that comment section below. For everything NFL Draft, please consider subscribing. Follow me on Twitter for everything NFL Draft at Mr. Crockpot. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.